Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. with a cheesy, annoying song blasting on repeat inside your head? You absolutely despise it, yet your brain won't hit pause. It is called an earworm, and you are definitely not alone in this madness. Earworm comes from the German word Ohrwurm, meaning a musical itch. Scientifically, it is known as involuntary musical imagery, or INMI. It is a looped segment of music, typically lasting about 15 to 30 seconds, playing automatically in your conscious awareness. How common is this? Well, Harvard surveys show that a staggering 90% of people experience earworms at least once a week. For about a third of us, this constant mental soundtrack becomes downright annoying, disrupting our thoughts and quiet moments. To understand why, we must peek inside your skull. Our brains evolved to remember musical snippets long before writing existed, using rhythm and rhyme to pass down oral histories. Today, those ancient survival networks are still active, running our internal music player. This mental concert occurs within a neural loop called the phonological loop. It acts like a temporary mental scratch pad connecting your auditory cortex in the temporal lobe, which processes sound, to deep areas of your brain that store and retrieve memories. What triggers this player? Almost anything. Your auditory cortex can be suddenly sparked by an external trigger, like hearing a simple keyword, seeing a specific picture, smelling a familiar scent, or tasting something that instantly connects to a buried musical memory. Emotions are powerful triggers too. Deep brain regions like the amygdala, which handles negative feelings, and the ventral striatum, which manages rewards, are heavily involved. Thus, stress, anxiety, or a sudden burst of joy can instantly hit play on an earworm. Now, let us reveal the core aha moment of this mystery, a fascinating psychological phenomenon known as the Zeigarnik Effect. This powerful principle states that the human brain absolutely detests unfinished tasks. It will keep reminding you of things left incomplete. Think about it. When you hear a song on the radio or in a commercial, you rarely listen to the entire piece. You usually only catch a small segment. Because the experience was interrupted, your brain categorizes the song as an unfinished task. Furthermore, we typically only memorize the catchy chorus, not the verses. Because your conscious memory cannot supply the rest of the song, the track is cut short. Your brain is left hanging, desperate to find a satisfying sense of closure. To scratch this cognitive itch and complete the unfinished task, your brain's default mode network takes action. It automatically loops that short, catchy snippet over and over in your mind, hoping that this endless repetition will somehow help you finish the song. But because you do not know the next lines, the loop never ends. The phonological loop becomes a literal musical trap. The brain is caught in a self-reinforcing circle, replaying the same 15 seconds in an endless, frustrated search for a finale. Why do some songs get stuck while others fade? It turns out that earworms have a very specific anatomy. Scientists have discovered that sticky songs share unique musical characteristics, carefully designed by artists to slip past your brain's natural filters. First, earworms rely heavily on repetitive musical structures. Songs with simple, predictable patterns and repetitive lyrics require very little cognitive effort for your brain to process. This makes them incredibly easy for your memory systems to encode and store long-term. Second, they feature simple melodies with a narrow pitch range. These melodies often follow a distinctive shape, typically rising and then falling in pitch, much like a nursery rhyme. This familiar rise and fall makes the tune instantly comfortable and memorable. But a song cannot just be predictable, it needs a twist. Sticky songs usually include unexpected leaps, unusual intervals, or sudden rhythmic hiccups. This surprising element catches your auditory cortex off guard, creating a unique hook that your attention network craves. Think of Lady Gaga's Bad Romance or Queen's iconic We Will Rock You. These chart-topping hits combine extreme repetition with long-held notes and small, catchy intervals. Once you hear them, they practically move into your head and refuse to pay rent. Are you trapped with a stuck song right now? Do not panic. You can break the loop. The first scientifically backed method is to listen to the entire song from start to finish. This satisfies your brain's craving for closure and stops the loop. If that fails, wash your brain with a cure song or hit shuffle. By playing a completely different, engaging track, you can forcefully replace the old loop. Just be careful not to choose another sticky song, or you will start the process all over. You can also distract your brain's verbal memory. Try solving a challenging word puzzle, reading an absorbing book, or simply chewing a piece of gum. Studies show the motor movements of chewing physically interfere with the auditory cortex's internal play button. Earworms are just a natural, fascinating quirk of our brain's incredible memory and auditory systems. Next time a song gets stuck, embrace the music. If you loved this deep dive, hit that subscribe button below and join Professor Aha for more mind-blowing science.